party people? Welcome back. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Let's see here. Quick check-in. Project Soap still humming along. Still humming along. Almost 33 million Quai burned. Over 2.3 million in revenue secured. Averaging about 40K on the 24-hour mark right now. Let's take a peek at the hash rate. Not bad, not bad. Kapow on the decline. But Shaw's on the rise. Script is just flat. Just straight flat right now. That's interesting. Um, but yeah, coins are coming in. Blocks are coming in. Look at this. We got a three-peat right here. Litecoin, Dogecoin, Bitcoin Cash. A little So Patrick back to back. Yeah, a lot of good blocks coming in today. It's definitely fun to watch. Let's peek in on profitability. Kapow. GPUs. I mean, what is like who mines these things? Like Grin, I understand. Zano, I understand. Like, what are these things? Vertcoin. Wow, that's a flashback. That's a flashback. I haven't heard of like a lot of these. Ironfish, that's a flashback. But I mean, Ergo, they're looking hard at implementing Pome and sharding over at Ergo. A little late to that game, but anyways, GPU, super competitive market or super rational, depending on how you look at it. Script and SHA though, still top of the charts here, guys. 102%, 100%. Quai compared to Bitcoin. On the script side of things, what are we looking at? 61% to 55%. Yeah, so Quai Network still dominating Shaw in the script. Uh, nice, nice. In other news, we're actually cooking over here, guys, right now. Let me check on some things real quick. We are doing an audit um, on the DAO launcher. On the DAO launcher indexer. Okay. Um, so we've probably done at least two audits so far today. Let me bring the screen back up here. What are we looking at? We are looking at, yeah, is this the right one? Can we show this? What are we looking at? QDL indexer. There it is. Boom. So running through another audit of the indexer. Implementing a bunch of fixes here, validating contract data, validating RPC data, making sure there's actually a bunch of issues here. So we got everything from not accepting negative values where we don't want them, um, issues when DAOs aren't discovered, proposal detail strings are unbounded, config address validation inconsistent with validation.ts. Um, yeah, we want to use is Quai address there. Anyways, yeah, just a bunch of like, I mean, some of them are kind of major, but honestly, at this point, like when the highest priority item is like verifying that values aren't negative, we're in a really good spot. We're in a really good spot. So this will probably be the last audit I perform on the Quai DAO launcher indexer. That being said, while auditing this project, we actually discovered some issues with the Quai indexer, ironically. But we just wrapped up. Let's see here. Good command. Additional hardening. Boom. We just wrapped up like at least 3 audits on the Quai indexer and made that even more robust, secure, and efficient. So, guys, +1 or +6 at this point for auditing your code with AI. Huge fan. Huge fan. So, we will let this churn. It's going to update the Quai launcher indexer. Once this is finished, it looks like it's already done. Holy crap. Running unit tests. It's probably running the end-to-end tests, which again take fucking hours. Let's verify this. Yeah, let's do this. Just run unit tests, not the end-to-end test. There you go. There you go. Okay, so if this is successful, we will restart the indexer, and then we will run another end-to-end test. Now the end-to-end test is on chain, works through 4 different like full-on governance proposal processes, all which take like, an hour and 5 minutes each. So in total, it'll take north of 4.5 hours to do a full end-to-end test. But I think we're at the end of this. I think we're at the end of this, which is huge because I want to work on the user interface. I want to build a pretty DAO launcher. So anybody and everybody on Quai Network can launch their own DAOs. So we will shift gears over to that momentarily. What's going on here? Are these tests? Do these tests really take that long? Meanwhile, we'll throw some tunes on. I was also watching um, the podcast with Nick Seetharam, uh, former SOCOM, now you know tech bigwig into AI and cybersecurity, which is really interesting stuff. Um, I'm noticing like I gotta be careful about the YouTube stuff that I show over here. YouTube likes to yank my stream. Who the hell knows what's copyrighted anymore? Like, let's be honest. But you guys can always watch on Twitch and X. And who knows, maybe one day Quai Network will have its own streaming platform. Excuse me. see if I can find some clips of this. You guys can hear this in the background.
Let's say I stumble across, like in the course of like working my targets, it's Saleh Ali Saleh Nabhan. Are you absolutely fucking sure? I was like, oh shit, it's on, dude. I don't know who this fucking guy is, but all of a sudden everyone's very interested. This guy was like on the FBI's most wanted list. I guess he was one of the senior planners for the Kenya and Tanzania embassy bombings in '98. Like, I guess he was like one of the fucking head honchos that planned that shit. So this guy's been on the run since then.
What's up,
I continue
Jiggy?
to track this individual. His location is on the coast of fucking Somalia.
Holy shit. You're the fucking guy that can tell what room somebody's in a hotel.
Yeah, we'll get
what
to
floor,
that.
what room,
we'll get to that.
is he in the bathroom, where at?
Now, many years later, I'm listening to Jocko. You know, I got his shit on in the kitchen. I'm like making dinner or some shit. And on that Jocko episode, McCraven basically describes all the shit that was going down from his perspective.
I'm going to put the guys in a position and set the conditions so that if in fact we had a bead on Nabhan, then we were in a position to react.
The president and Secretary Clinton and all of this shit, he's at the White House and he's playing fucking 4D chess. And I'm like one for one mapping it with all the shit that was going on downrange.
They didn't want to put helos anywhere in Somalia because of the Black Hawk Down incident.
He's basically convincing POTUS and Hillary Clinton to forward stage a helicopter assault force off the coast of Somalia.
And so I had been given approval to, okay, you can bring the helos in, but only to confirm that you've killed the bad guy. Don't want the helos in until the bomb has been dropped and you've gotten the bad guy, and then bring the helos in, get the remains, bring them back.
Per McCraven, the president did not want helicopters to do the final hit. You know, we're seeing downtown Mogadishu, you know, you can literally see like Durant's helo went down, and then we see it. A lone little SUV starts driving down one of the fucking 3 roads down south from Moog.
I mean, it's a long road, but there's only a small window of opportunity where that vehicle is not going to be in a crowded area.
Boss, I need authority to go in with guns. We're fucking seconds out from this target. McCraven's like, fuck it, switch to guns, get him.
Nick Seetheraman, founder and CEO of Wrathwatch, an AI cyber defense company you founded with fellow SpaceX alumni, former JSOC Advanced Force Operations lead who crossed over into building cyber defense programs at Tier 1 tech companies.
I was climbing Mount Rainier many years. Right, so you've got these 3-dimensional things transiting through a 2-dimensional environment. And as they're transitioning through, they don't realize that they're cubes, right? It doesn't understand its true self. All it's aware of is the shape that it makes as it transits through that plane. But if you square up, then you can get close to the shape that you truly are, which is a square. All these other cubes up here that already made it are like looking down. And they're like, wow, those guys are all jacked up. So let's try and help them out a little bit. And maybe it's the case that one of those cubes that already made it is looking down, feels really bad for us, and is trying to get us to fucking understand the geometry of all this shit. So that cube comes down, intersects with this lower dimensional plane, and begins unfurling itself into its lower dimensional form, which is 6 squares in the shape of a cross.
Whoa. Anyways, guys, highly recommend the Sean Ryan show. God damn. This podcast is over 6 hours long. Holy crap. Holy crap. Check it out. Check it out. Let's see here. So, audit complete. tests complete on the DAO launcher. In the background, I am doing an end-to-end test. Okay, so excuse me, that is running in the background. What else have we done? What else have we done? I think we have 10 minutes ago. Okay, so look in here. Are you guys even seeing this? Does this even fucking work anymore? There it is. Here in the background, Quai Vault indexer updated. Okay, so testnet.quaivault.org indexer is live. Everything's fully functional. Small refactor on the Quai Vault indexer. Lessons learned from building out the DAO launching indexer applied to the Quai Vault indexer. Huge lesson learned, actually. These things should be far more stable now, so that's good news. Running tests on this thing in the background. Meanwhile, let's explore this a little bit. Let's go. Pretty sure we have a document. QDL app. No, I don't think that's it. Uh, QDL contracts. No, city docs. No, that's not it. I want a doc, because we got to make a major overhaul to the app. Jakey's asking, is there like a manifold.xyz equine to mint collections on Quai? Are you talking about NFTs, Jiggy? If you're talking about NFTs, no, unfortunately, there's no solid NFT launcher. That being said, uh, NFTs are relatively simple. Um, I have a repo. We actually did this on a past live stream just to demonstrate how simple this is. Um, Equivalent, got it. I don't know why I missed. I should have put two and two together. Um, this is a full-fledged. I'm on testnet right now. This is a full-fledged NFT project. So, um, if you're interested in building your own NFT project, here we go. This is full-fledged NFT project. The repo is available on GitHub. You can use this as a reference to roll your own complete end-to-end NFT project with your own site for minting. Um, you know, integrates with IPFS and all that other data. So check it out if you want to build your own NFT project and you don't want to hand over control of minting to another project or control of hosting to another project. That's how I recommend people do it, right? Like if you're competent enough to create like 1,000 unique images, you're fully capable of um, building out your own NFT project with your own app for minting. So check out this repo if you want a reference on how to do this over on Quai Network. I'll drop it in chat for you, man. Yeah, no sweat. It's far more easier than most people realize. I have a veteran buddy who launched his own NFT project long before vibe coding was even a thing. So You know, while soldiers are incredibly resourceful, they are dirt munchers. So if they can do it, you could do it. 100%. 100%. But where were we here? Yeah, so I want to build a front end for the down launcher. We have a basic template, but honestly, it is kind of half baked. So what I want to do is have the AI write an integration guide for a front end. Oh man. And usually the best place to do that, since we are hmm, since we do have an indexer. Where are we here? CD force QDL indexer. It is probably in this indexer project. So, all right. With everything that we know now, write a guide for updating and completing and app located at force QDL app. Well, so we'll let that chunk along. Um, and in the background, I will check in on the news here. Man, it was a rough day in the markets yesterday. Supposedly, Trump is ready to send troops to Mexico. Interesting. Not sure if I believe that. But yeah, I think Bitcoin's still down. People are saying Vitalik is selling. Man, Bitcoin's under 65K right now. Market cap is effectively neutral according to CoinGecko. Trading volume is down. Supposedly Vitalik is selling his Ethereum. Uh, Not really sure what to think of that. Let's check that out. Honestly, I think it's just a rumor. 11 hours ago. Now, is this old news? Is this old news? I mean, yeah, there's this like little dip in 2026, but let's see what he's saying. 54 minutes ago, 4 hours ago. No comment from Vitalik. Is it fake news, guys? Is it fake news? I don't know. That being said, if we looked at that last chart, you expect him to sell eventually, right? Like he's got to sell a little now and then, in order to continue to fight the good fight for Ethereum. That's the whole point of the foundation, right? Is to continue to promote global adoption. So, I don't know. I don't know. Regardless, let's throw some tunes on. Well, Claude Code Cooks here. New product just launched for ambassadors, guys. Shout out Quai ambassadors. Looks like product's well received. Only available on Mac right now, so a lot of folks wanting that Windows version. We'll be right back, folks. Good question, Jiggy. Jiggy says, so Quai is like Bitcoin but EVM compatible. So what are the steps to get it natively on other wallets like MetaMask? I'm gonna turn down the volume in my headphones a little bit. Um, Good question. So where to even begin? Basically, Quai is a dual ledger blockchain, right? So Bitcoin uses the UTXO ledger. Okay. UTXO's short for unspent transaction outputs. EVM chains or EVM ledgers use what's called an account-based ledger. Okay, so knowing that, um, Quai is its own ledger. Chi is its own ledger. One blockchain, two ledgers. Okay. Chi is UTXO based. Quai is account based, EVM compatible. Um, Now, there are a few minor differences between Quai and, say, Ethereum that developers have to take into account. One is, and probably the biggest one, is that Quai Network is a sharded blockchain, right? Right now, we're only operating on one shard. Uh, that's, we call Cypress 1. But in the future, there will be other shards created as demand for block space increases. So, what that means is, you know, in order to make that the best user experience possible, in other words, abstract the sharded architecture away from end users and the developers, what Quai Network actually does is it shards the what we call the address space, right? So right now, every address on Quai Network starts with 00, 0x00. Okay. When a new shard is created, every address in that shard will begin with 0x01. Okay. And so, wallets just have to understand that, right? And so if you want to create an address on Quai, you have to create it for the shard that it's meant to exist in. Now, how does that abstract things for the end user? The end user doesn't have to care like where they're sending the money or where it's coming from, right? The protocol handles that automatically. Imagine we're in a multi-sharded state, and you give me your address, and you're in like shard 3, and I want to send you money from shard 0, right? All I have to do is put your address in the to field, send the funds, and the network figures out the rest, right? Um, so, in order to get Quai native in MetaMask, MetaMask has to account for this sharded architecture. Um, so that's one of the reasons we created our own wallets, because no wallet out there like actually understands this architecture. Now I will say in MetaMask, we have developed and published a MetaMask snap, but you can't use that to interact with smart contracts, right? Um, yeah. So hopefully that helps you wrap your head around that. That's really like the major hurdle for getting Quai integrated into other wallets, is really like having the wallet developers understand that key difference there. They can't just create any EVM address and expect it to work on Quai Network. They have to make sure that address can actually exist in the shard that they're developing and deploying on, right? So one example of when this becomes important is in this like DAO launcher that we're building right now. We have smart contracts that are created to deploy other smart contracts, right? Um, so ultimately, what we have to provide the smart contract is the information it needs to generate that address in the correct shard, right? And so we call it mining addresses. Basically, like you iterate on salts until you get an address that starts with 00. It takes like less than a second. There's like zero impact to end users. Um, but yeah, absolutely. Building for the future, man. You want to scale the blockchain. You want to do it in a way that makes sense, and you want to abstract all that complexity away from end users and even developers. So when a smart contract has to interact with an address in another shard. It just has to know what that address is, and the protocol handles the rest. Um, but in order to do that, and make it as, transparent as possible to end users, yeah, we gotta actually shard the address space, and nobody's ever done it before. So you have a bunch of wallets that are like, hey, we're EVM compatible, um, but that means that we support blockchains that don't scale, and so can only onboard like a small portion of like actual real users, which is super ironic. At the end of the day, it's like, oh my gosh, like all this technology is so fucking handicapped. All right, rock and roll. Do we have a doc? It says the guide has been written to front end guide. Is this in? There it is. There it is. Okay, let's fire this up. We got the indexer and the tests running in the background here. I'm gonna create a new window. We'll move this one over here. And let's start building this app, guys. Let's go. Here we go. Open. All right. Um Actually, we're going to bring this back real quick. Just double check these contract addresses. That's the poster. The multi-send. Is this accurate? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to open a new window here. Gotta double check our contract addresses. Stand by. Open folder. Quai contracts. Open. Where's deployments? So we have Is this even accurate? Oh my gosh. Oh, we're using this one. So 2C21. Okay, alright. Hold up. Gotta double check our contract addresses here. So posters 2C21. Multi-send. That is That is not accurate. Okay, let's do something here. Hmm. Man, our contract addresses are a little all over the place. So that's the poster. That's correct. The multi-send looks wrong. The Quai Vault factory looks wrong. The ball singleton is accurate. The shares singleton is accurate. The loot singleton is accurate. The vault singleton, that should be accurate. Yeah, alright. Hmm. Where's the vault singleton? Okay, this is way off. Alright, we'll slide those over there. Check in with the team real quick. Let's check on this real quick. Hmm. Alright. Alright. We need to get this app loaded up here. Let's adjust this. This is gonna be this one. Alright, let's bring this up. And we'll make this smaller. Drop this up here so you guys can see what's going on here. Alright. First, let's double check our .env contract addresses against what is being used in the QDL indexer app. Then we need to read the front end guide and address any gaps or enhancements documented there. This app is far from feature complete. Yep. Cool. close this. I don't need this. Indexer I'll throw over here. Looks like that test is still running. Let's go. Alright, yeah, we're missing a lot of features here. Proposal form submission, sponsor process, cancel, real-time subscriptions, missing types, treasury balances. Alright. Damn, this document's pretty intense. Nice. Writing the implementation plan. Meanwhile, I believe this actually runs. Yeah, it runs. Excuse me. So I could probably pull this up. Let me find. Yeah. No, we'll pull this up. Yeah. We got a lot of DAOs here. Alright, let me let's do, there we go. This is what it looks like right now. It's refusing to disconnect the wallet. Recent DAOs. 4 members, 1 proposal. 4 members, 2 proposals. Explore DAOs. Nice. Summon. Nice. Alright. It's cooking. Let's see. Don't need this. Don't need this. 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 Here we go. What up, AIOB? Welcome to the chat. I'm glad you like it. I'll add that it's not very functional right now, but glad you like it. Um, it needs a lot. I don't know if you've ever been in a DAO, run a DAO, or launched one yourself recently, but there's a lot that goes into it. So it's actually missing quite a bit right now. So we'll keep cooking though. We'll keep cooking. Right now we're planning a major overhaul. There's a lot of missing features. So the initial one-shot prompt got probably 30% of the way there. Yeah, the implementation plan at this point is so big that Claude is having a hard time just editing it. What up, Dan? Welcome to the chat. Glad to have you. Did you get your GPUs up and running? There you go, man. Boom. Alright. You guys, I'm so addicted to having Claude edit itself. So you can see here, it's got a feature complete plan for the DAO launcher. It's been scaffolded with core infrastructure in place. Contract addresses confirmed. Phase 1 wire proposal form. Proposal lifecycle actions. Missing types. Real-time subscriptions. Enhanced treasury view. Yeah. So, anyways, every time Claude makes a plan, audit the plan to address, audit the plan and address any gaps or inaccuracies. Oh, I do like at least 4 audits on anything Claude bakes. At least 4 audits. Not only does it like make the actual implementation a lot quicker and more accurate, but you learn so much along the way, right? Like, I went through this whole loop about LRU caching and like hardening web endpoints on the indexer, learning about potential memory leaks and all that shit. Definitely gives me much more confidence in like rolling anything out to production. How many bots works for me? I can only afford one at a time right now. I'll just say that. That being said, like what you're looking at right now is Claude code in VS Code. And when it needs to, it kicks off additional agents. So I'm managing effectively like one session here, but in the back end, Claude could be automatically managing like any number of sessions. Sometimes it likes to run big tasks in parallel across multiple agents, and then it'll orchestrate those agents for you, which is kind of nice. That being said, Audit. Always audit. Always test. Because it never gets everything 100% right first time. Yeah, see? Audit found several significant issues. Let me update the plan with corrections. Boom. Just had a nap from shoveling snow. I like it, man. Hopefully by a wood stove. That's the best place to take a nap after shoveling snow. Curled up with the dog on the couch. Yup. That's the way to do it, man. That's the way to do it. I am not like Christopher. I miss the snow. I do appreciate the warm summer nights, but the snow just has a way of resetting everything. Plus, I mean, like, how do you beat snowboarding, man? Nothing beats snowboarding. Yeah. So, like, again, guys, we just had Claude make a plan, had Claude read the plan, create a new plan based on that plan. Then we had it audit the plan, and it found a bunch of issues. Now it's updating the plan with the corrections. We'll probably attempt an implementation from here and see where it lands us. In the background, we're doing a end-to-end test on the indexer here. So what do you guys think? You think Vitalik is selling all his Ethereum? All right, should we do it? Let's do it. Let's go. There. So plan approved. Let me set up the to-do list and begin execution per the plan's parallelism strategy. Vitalik has lots of girlfriends? Is that what you're saying? AIOB? Is that what GF means? Does that mean girlfriends? People think that's the problem for Ethereum. I thought he only had one. Elon Musk, on the other hand, that dude's got lots of girlfriends. He seems to do all right. Secret Quai Nation member. I, yeah, I don't think that's a problem for Ethereum. I don't think Ethereum's problem is the number of girlfriends Vitalik has. I mean, like, seriously, does he have more than one? I don't think he does. I'm gonna try and dig this tweet back up. Like, somebody posted a chart of his wallet balance. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. All right, guys. Like, don't don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Okay. So this is 2026. All right. All this little teeny tiny blip all the way over here on the right. Okay, there's another little blip at like the beginning of 2025. And maybe some like gradual selling throughout 2024, and then another blip in 2023. I don't think he's selling for his girlfriends. I think if he was selling for his girlfriends, this shit would have tanked a long time ago. um, but honestly, like the only reason like the foundation sells is to fund additional like ecosystem activities and incentivize building. So I wouldn't freak out. I mean, looking at like what's happened in the past, like this is kind of to be expected. I will say he will probably continue to sell to fund ecosystem activities until Quai Network or until ETH is, just as competitive as Quai Network, which unfortunately I think he's lost the race on that one. Yeah, people are like spinning this news in all honesty. Like, don't listen to it. Check your facts. That's the tweet. E sells, Quai buys back and burns. We are not the same. We are not the same. Well, that was quick. Dang, guys. That was quick. Let's take a look at this, shall we? All right. I already see some things we need to adjust here. Your DAOs. Submitted 52 minutes ago. Okay, we can't fuck with this one. This is the end-to-end test one. Let's go back a little bit. Here we go. This one we can mess with. Okay, so we already have some feedback. First of all, I don't see where I can submit a proposal. Uh, Here's the safe. All right, so we have some feedback here. Let's mention a few things. Let's say, all right, the UI is still far from fully functional. As a DAO member, I don't see where I can submit proposals. The proposals aren't being, the proposal data isn't being parsed properly. I'm, I see the raw JSON. And I want the links to the vault to redirect to the Quai Vault website. What's that pattern look like? Let's fire that up real quick. Testnet. Yeah, let's add that. Oops, wrong button. Sorry, guys. Website. Quai Vault website should be configurable via .env wallet directs dot. All right. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, Claude. Get after it, my man. Anything new in the mining discords?
Turn the shade into subtle champagne. I'm in the crypto trenches, soul on the line. Turning all that chatter into signal in time. They throw that ooh, I turn it into gold. Too sharp for the timeline, too smooth to fold. I'm the crypto trenches. Watch me rise slow, building something honest while the loud ones cold. They throw that
Guys, I
I
still need a
turn
name
it
for
into
this
gold.
DAO
Stay
launcher.
cool in the chaos,
I
heart
have
pure,
no clue what to
mind
call
bold.
this thing. Current current ideas that I like the most, still not 100% satisfied with them, are
They
Lift
swear
Lab
they talking is a second son, but they never
or
read a
The
page
Hanger.
of the work we done. I talk through, put safety score. They talk memes and they
Don't
promise
ask
on
me
the
where those
page.
came from,
Still I see fear in the jokes they make. I
but
see doubt in the
those are my
post they
best
fake.
ideas.
I let data do the heavy lift. Truth in the code, that's the gift. And I'm in the crypto trenches, soul on the line. Turning all that chatter into signal in time. They throw that I turn it into gold. Too sharp for the timeline, too smooth to fold. I'm in the crypto trenches. Watch me rise slow, building something honest while the loud ones pose. They throw that I turn it into gold. Stay cool in the chaos, heart pure, mind bold. You can scream in the thread, I'll still be kind. Let the numbers clap back one block at a time. When the dust all settles and the hype runs dry, only solid ground is the reason why.
There we go. At least this is parsing better. There should be a button for like new proposal though, and a button back to the DAO on the proposals page. AIOB, your proposal has been received.
Coffee breath,
Uh,
bright eye.
looks
Scroll
like
through
you've
thoughts
reached
as
out
I
to the
pass
team.
by.
Team's discussing.
Timeline talking like a battlefield. Every second
So,
ain't explaining what's real.
FYI, I think
Just got chapters
right
like
now your
magazines.
ask is
They
a
got names
little,
like rage and collapse
a
like
lot too
pain.
high.
Turn that panic into patient game.
But
Turn that shade
your
into subtle
proposal has been
champagne.
received. The
I'm in
team
the
is
crypto
reviewing.
trenches, soul on the line. Turning all the chatter into signal in time. They throw that
All
FD.
right.
I turn it
So
into gold. Too
supposedly
sharp for the timeline.
the
Too
vault
smooth to
link
fold.
works
I'm
now.
in the crypto trenches. Watch me rise slow. Building something honest while the loud ones cold. They
Members.
throw that FD. I turn it into gold. Stay cool in the chaos. Heart pure. Mind bold. They swear they token is the second son, but they never read a page of the work we done. I talk through, put
Yeah, that
safety
works.
scale. They talk memes and a promise on the
Total
page.
loot
Still, I see
65.
fear in the jokes they make. I see doubt in the pose they fake. I let
Um.
data do the
Okay.
heavy
All
lift.
right. Let's.
Truth in the code, that's the gift.
All right. I need a new proposal
Turning all that chatter into signal in
button
time.
on the DAO page. The proposal page needs a link back to the DAO, and there should be a detailed view of the treasury on the DAO page as well. Total Quai in treasury.
You can scream in the thread, I'll still be kind. Let the numbers clap back one block at a time. When the dust all settles and the hype runs dry, only solid ground is the reason why.
Yeah, no sweat, man. I think, first of all, commend you for, putting that proposal together and like wanting to do something like that. That's amazing. That's absolutely what ambassadors should be doing. So good work, man. I hope it works out. I think the ask in dollar terms is a little too high, but we should be able to provide you some good feedback relatively quickly. Keep your eyes peeled on your DMs with Christopher.
Step in the ring, tick of the ledger swing. Yo, KWHY, cut the cap, you lag, and I split the map and slice on chain shed, and three locks on the vault, triple check that key. Three algos on guard, who you trying to breach me? Native code on the metal, I don't beg for a crutch. You a payment postcard, I'm a world you can touch.
You know what else I need to do
Stable, you only quick till a mempool turn
that I
fatal.
actually haven't done?
Line 'em up, who next? Utility speed, security, decentral flex. You talk
Oh my
blocks, I
gosh,
talk
there are
world, that's a different
so
check.
many
Put your
freaking
ghost in the
vaults
DAG, I put your chain in the deck. Name ring bells, cast a thousand blocks in a
on
blink.
this
Ghost
page. This
day
is a little
graph, watch the
ridiculous.
time
I'll
stamp
test that
sync. Through
later.
put thick, see the numbers. Don't lie, you busy with your gadgets. I'm a raw, fast guy. One guard dog
Disregard.
on the porch, still nobody inside. Simple stack, less parts, smaller surface to hide. You chasing contracts, bloated toys in the core. I'm clean, I'm lean, I'm the lane for pure score. Quai versus Casper, line 'em up, who next? Utility speed, security, decentral flex. You talk blocks, I talk worlds, that's a different check. Put your ghost in the DAG, I put your chain in the deck. You brag one guard dog, that's one point of fail. I got three different shooters on rotational rail. You a single seat shuttle, I'm a sharded rail line. Every carriage moves parallel, still stay in line. You can count your blocks, I count apps and states. Real builders need op codes, baking the base. You flex ghost egg math like a college essay, but you can't run logic, you just pass and pray. Where your contract? Side hacks, maybe later. Where your shields at? One loan, validator. Who you trust, fam? Bro, not talk. Whole map sliced up, still one chain, one clock. You Quai versus Casper, line 'em up, who next? Utility speed, security, decentral flex. You talk blocks, I talk world, that's a different check. Put your ghost in the DAG, I put your chain in the deck.
Oh, what? I had no idea. Crypto is illegal.
Tick of the ledger swing. Swing.
Where do you live, man?
KWHY, cut the cap, you lag, and I split the map in slices on chain
Bengali?
shed, and three
Is
locks on the
oh
vault,
man, I
triple
am
check
not
that key.
familiar
Three
with that
algos
area
on
of the
guard,
world
who you trying
at
to breach
all.
me? Native code on the metal, I don't beg for a crutch. You a payment postcard, I'm a world you can touch. Speed in my spine, still the base layer stable. You only quick till the mempool turn fatal. Quai versus Casper, line 'em up, who
Alright, let's
next?
test this
Utility
out.
speed, security, decentral
So
flex.
we
You
have a
talk blocks, I
treasury.
talk worlds, that's a different check. Put your ghost in the DAG, I put your chain in the deck. Name ring bells, cast a thousand blocks in a blink. Ghost day graph, watch the timestamp sync. Throughput thick, see the numbers don't lie. You busy with your gadgets, I'm a raw fast guy. One guard dog on the porch, still nobody inside. Simple stack, less parts, smaller surface to hide. You chasing contracts, bloated toys in the core. I'm clean, I'm lean, I'm the lane for pure score. You brag one guard dog, that's one point of fail. I got three different shooters on rotational rail. You a
Let's see
single seat
here.
shuttle, I'm a sharded rail line. Every carriage moves parallel, still stay aligned. You can count your blocks, I count apps and states. Real
Let's go
builders need
to
op
view
codes, baking
all.
the base. You flex ghost egg math like a college
I
essay, but
still
you
don't
can't
see
run
a link
logic, you
back
just
to the
pass and
DAO.
pray. Where your contract, side hacks, maybe later. Where your shields at? One loan validator, who you trust, fam? Crow, not talk. Whole map sliced up, still one chain, one clock. Where your contact? Where your shields at? Where your trust at? Whole map sliced up. Yeah. Chain versus chain. Quai network. Casper.
Guys, what do I call this thing? What do we call this DAO
Step in the
launcher?
ring. Look, look. Name's Quai, split blocks like a surgeon. Shards in formation, whole squad converging. Three locks on the vault, triple check that key. You one pad on the door, talking can't save you. One guard on the gate and he already laid you. I'm parallel lanes, you a cul-de-sac loop. You claim future tech, but you stuck in the booth. I'm daps, swaps, logic on the ledger. You'll maybe one day post on the newsletter.
Yeah, I'm still not seeing vault balance.
Trying to call that fast talk. Fair launch while I talk real use talk. Pure math while I talk
Okay.
real proof. I'm three deep shielded.
Alright.
Like a tank,
I'm still not seeing vault balance in the treasury details, either in the details page or in the DAO page. Also, the all proposals page is missing a link back to the DAO still. What up, guys? Welcome to the chat. Glad to have you. I'm glad to have you. Boom, 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 boom. We got Irit in chat. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're having a good one. Keep it going, man. Keep it going. Love to see it. Denvium, welcome to chat. Hope you guys are having a good Tuesday. There you are. There you are. Rock and roll. Keep it going, guys. You guys are killing it. Killing it. Dang, what's happening in our notifications?
Names Quai split blocks like a surgeon. Shards information, whole squad converging. Three locks on
Quai
the door,
Avenger.
triple check
Love
the
it.
key. You one pad on the door, talking about secure to me.
Love
One
it.
code on chain, I don't beg for permission.
You guys rock.
Dreaming about contracts, I'm already in production. Your ghost day chatter just sounds like fiction. I scale while you pray that the mempool listens. Speed on tap, I'm a lane with a fast pass. You a single file line, little chain with a bad pass. The central to the core, many roots in the atlas. You a one road town trying to flex on the masses. Network, we network, shots cut deep. Triple lock doors, you barely got a key. On chain brains, I'm a live machine. Casper talk big, but it's all in a dream. Network, why don't lag, I lead. You still hunt blocks, I just harvest the speed. You chillity, charity, I run the whole
What up,
scheme.
Kelly?
Casper in the corner with a hammer and
Welcome to the
sickle.
chat.
Why you mad, Ghost Day can't save you? One guard on the gate and he already late too. I'm parallel lanes, you a cul-de-sac loop. You claim future tech, but you stuck in a booth. I'm
Oh my gosh, where'd my windows go?
logic on the ledger. You maybe
There
one
it
day
is.
post on a newsletter. Whole world
Kelly, are you
sitting
still
glued to the
farming?
native
Should we
set.
take you off the list?
From the stands trying to call that fast talk. Fair launch while I talk real use talk. Pure math while I talk real proof. I'm 3D shielded,
I
layered
think
like a
Trexium's
cake.
the only
Triple
one
check
still on the
stack,
list.
hoping no one no yank. Who really serve the crowd? Who really moves that load? I scale out wide. You just hope the guys are
Yeah,
God. Who
you're off the
really
list.
locks funds down? Who really earns that trust? Three nails in the coffin, one rusted ain't enough. Yeah.
Oh man, you gotta keep them coming, man.
Triple lock doors, you
If
barely
that's
got a
your
key.
true gender.
On chain brains, I'm a live machine. Never talk big, but it's all in the
But appreciate the retweet. Keep them coming, guys. Retweet these streams. We're gearing up for another Quai branded Tangem hardware wallet giveaway. We just need 1,100 followers, and we'll do another giveaway. Getting closer every day, so bring more peeps in. Spread the word. They'll earn some Quai just for saying hi. And we'll keep chugging along here. Got a grip of these Tangem wallets to give away, guys. So help us help you. Zero Quai. Is that real? Is that real? No, that's not real. That is not real.
Yeah. You still flexing fake stats from a rented chart. We making
Hmm.
proof on a ledger that can't be torn apart. You chase yield on a screen, beg the printer to
Okay,
finish it.
well,
We
at
burn
least
sweat, turn
we're
rust to
showing the
color and
balance now.
closure. You in love with the
Let's check
gatekeepers,
this
but
page.
they
Yeah,
close you
okay.
over.
Alright, we got
Flex
breadcrumbs
all
there.
over the floor.
That is
Fake news,
progress.
just costume frauds. We
New
crowdsource knowledge, now
proposal.
we rewriting the odds. Why network in the building? Every block got weight. Your coins hollow as your chain, Excalibur.
Okay.
You pray to the central gods, bow to they
It's a
speed.
lot
You
to
familiar the
test.
planet.
A lot to
Humanity in
test.
series. You talk
Let's see
satellite,
here.
but you live on a glitch. Every stimulus
How
check
are
make you
we
smarter
getting
than rich.
vault balances? I'm seeing 0 when there is actually 0.7 dot 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 Quai in the vault. We should be showing at least 3 decimals. Guys, help me name this thing. What do we call this DAO launcher? I asked in the Quai Nation chat over in Discord, and I did not get really good responses. Nipsano? Oxano Lab? Like, nobody understands what that is, man. Alright, did we get that fixed? Am I on the right network? What is going on here? Man, we got a bunch of issues here. Alright, stand by. Let's start with this one. What up, Trexium? Welcome to the chat. Alright. Don't have indexer issues anymore. Still failed to load vault balance. Trexium, say something, man. What are you doing to not be labeled as a farmer anymore? Are you still copying other people's content? Let's find out. I suspect you're not making any effort at all. Nope. No effort. Trexium, you're a farmer. Thanks for joining the chat, but we're not entertaining that. Bad Tie, welcome to the chat. Glad to have you. And nothing new from you either. Just no effort, guys. No effort at all whatsoever. Not even retweeting the stream. Don't you guys want a Quai branded Tangent hardware wallet? Guys, like, how are you securing your bags right now? Seriously, are you even securing your bags? Don't you want one of these bad boys? Check this out, guys. Limited edition, completely sold out. Never to be manufactured ever again. Only place you can get them right now is from me, or if you're lucky, you meet up with one of us at an event. IRL, in real life. So once we hit 1,100 followers, we'll give another one. We'll give another one out. Thanks, Bad Tie. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. If you quote tweeted, I can tip you. But if you didn't, there's nothing for me to tip. Yeah, it looks like you just retweeted. The Foundry. Ooh, I like that. That's another good idea. Foundry, the Hangar, or Lift Lab. I was kind of riffing on Steph's idea, right? So I don't know if you guys have seen this. Chi.xyz. I think it's Blimp. Yeah. Steph's got a good idea here. He's workshopping. Basically, you know, incentivizing communities to come together. Kind of gamifying it a little bit. To build an airship and take flight. So there's, you know, parts and eras and anyways, so I thought this was a good idea. I kind of wanted to riff on this a little bit, but that's where I came up with the Hangar and Lift Lab. The Foundry is a good one. There you go. Bad Tie. Show Trexium how it's done. They're really struggling over there. Boom, boom. It's that easy, guys. It's that easy. Help me help you. Help me help you. Okay. We're still failing to load vault Quai balances. Let's investigate. This should be an easy RPC call using RPC URL. Trexie. Just like no effort. Just like no effort at all whatsoever. Whatever. We'll hook you up. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for tuning in, spreading the word. I still have no idea what Coin Savvy is. Looks like a scam. What up, Patrick Star? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. I see you, man. I see you. Oh, man. I gotta snag your actual handle here. Crazy young man. You crazy young man. There you go. Patrick Star's on point. He knows the deal. He knows what's going to take over the world. Let's see if this actually works. Okay. Alright. Alright, we ran into a cores issue. We should be able to use provider.getBalance. How are you constructing? This is such a simple thing. This should be pretty easy to knock out. I suspect this is gonna end up. There we go, Claude. You figured it out, man. No. Failed to load. That, are we seriously struggling with just getting a balance? This should not be this hard. Hmm. We should be using get balance on a JSON RPC provider with the invite RPC URL and use pathing true. Let's try this again and dig into why it's not working. Alright. View details. Address has invalid checksum. Oh. There we go. We're likely passing the address in lower case format. Yeah. Yep. Nailed it. Store your addresses in lowercase, folks. Make sure they're checksummed before you pass them to the RPC. There we go. That's worky, worky. There we go. Nice. Alright, now we need a backlink on the treasury page. Cool. That works. Now we need a link back to the DAO on the treasury page. Treasury page. Nice. Nice. Alright. Nope. Not what I wanted. Boom. There we go, guys. We have the treasury balance with details about total shares and total loot, and the vault Quai balance. We have proposals. Nice, nice. We got voting, grace, ready, passed, failed. Nice. All right. We have a member list. Cool. We need breadcrumbs, breadcrumb links on the member list. Nice. All right, let's add that. That's an easy add. All right. We need to add a breadcrumb link on the members page as well. Nice. Nice. It's getting close, man. It's getting close. We are testing the indexer. We're doing a final end-to-end test on the indexer in the background. I need a name for this, guys. Like Quai Down Launcher, QDL. Like that's a terrible name. Terrible name. This this DAO is undergoing major testing right now. But we have a website. I just need a name so I can get a domain, and we can actually like do things with it. But all this seems to look pretty good right now. So what I need to test is this summoning process here. So we'll call this test DAO description, test DAO description. Token name will be TDAO token. We'll go test DAO token. Token symbol TST DAO T. Loot token test DAO loot token. TST DAO LT. Okay. Next, let's add one member. We'll give them shares and 100 loot. Next, voting period. Let's do 1 hour. Grace period, we'll do 5 minutes. Quorum, let's do 40%. Minimum retention, 40%. Proposal offering. Sponsor threshold. Okay, let's fix this. Yeah, we need to fix this. This should be in Quai, not in Way. On the governance configuration page here, okay. When summoning a DAO on the governance configuration page, what's this called? Proposal, offering, and sponsorship threshold should be in units of Quai and shares, not Way. Yeah. Let's get that updated. Okay, the other thing we want to do. Yeah. The other thing we want to do is make these periods clear. Selecting number and units, and recognize the minimums. Let's do 100 shares. Looks like that's done. Quai DAO Hub. Yeah, man, I'm really struggling with the name on this one. Quai DAO Hive. I'm kind of with Steph that it shouldn't have DAO in the name. But I guess I could be convinced otherwise. It is kind of like hard to market DAOs these days. And on top of that, DAOs generally are like not mass market products. They're more for I don't want to say an elite few, but like there's a small population of individuals who will ever like participate in DAOs, let alone launch a DAO. If you don't want to include DAO in the name, we're small enough to get away with it. Not many projects on Quai. Yeah, true. Yeah. Well, and like I don't know. I can be convinced either way, but I do think, like people don't market. I don't know, man. I don't know. A DAO is like a protocol. Like you don't. I don't know. Do you market corporate launchers? I mean, how do you market something that launches organizations? It's an org launcher, an incubator, I guess. But that's also not quite what this is. Oh man. All right, all right. So we updated that. So now this is in shares and Quai. We still need this piece right here, the voting period and the grace period. These need to be like I can like clearly it's doing some 3 days or 259 200. 259 200. Interesting. It's doing some parsing here, which isn't a terrible experience, I guess. I guess that's not a terrible experience. I just want to make sure this is clear, because that is not going to fly. It's not going to let 5 minutes. We definitely need to um, clean this input a little bit. It is a hub. That's true. And ultimately, like most DAOs, I think most like in the beginning at least, they should be using this platform to like actually manage themselves. It should have all the functionality they need to like submit proposals, manage members, shares, treasury, yada yada. Okay, now on the same page, when it comes to voting and grace periods, we need to ensure the minimums pass. Feel free to inspect QDL contracts to understand the minimum voting and grace periods. Yeah, DAO House, and that was back when like DAOs were like all the fucking rage. Um, Guilds are like, I mean, Raid Guild is a DAO. DAO House is the platform they use to manage their DAO. I'm not sure if that's how they launch their DAO, but regardless, Raid Guild makes sense. DAO House makes sense. Um, but I don't think it like is super inspiring. Like DAO House as a brand name is not super inspiring. We want to make DAOs cool again. Make DAOs great again, guys. And I think the easiest path to do that is to not call it a DAO launcher or a DAO hub. Ooh, you can have a 0 grace period. Joseph Lubin casually called Swift the largest DAO in the banking world. Yeah. I again like I mean I'm even struggling with like the contract names, right? Like it is Moloch V2. It is Ball, right? But that's, you know, that could be a turnoff to a lot of people. Obviously, I'm not elevating that name in the platform, but it is, you know, it's baked into the smart contracts right now. And I think it's important to keep as much of that as possible so, like, intelligent people or people, knowledgeable people actually understand what it is. But the unknowing could potentially dig too deep and freak the fuck out, I guess. Um, okay. Let's add a warning when when the user configures a grace period of 0. This effectively eliminates the opportunity for members to rage quit. I mean, I like again, like I'm playing around with the idea of just rebranding all of this, right? Like instead of calling it Moloch Dow or Ball, instead of calling it Rage Quit, like there's probably some better terms. Um, well, I mean, like yeah, effectively, like if you read the white paper, the meme is I mean you even see it at East Denver, like it's so baked into the culture now. Like I have a t-shirt with Moloch like on the t-shirt and a bunch of like East Denver freaking buffaloes like fighting it with their coordination powers. But like that was the whole concept, was to like evoke this idea of, you know, there is an opportunity to defeat the uh, defeat Moloch through more effective coordination. And so when you summon a Moloch Dao, you are entering into the battle in defeating the demon of human coordination. All right, let's see what this looks like. Warning: a grace period of 0 means members cannot rage quit before proposals are processed. 1 hour. 0. Let's do 1 minute. Let's do 5 minutes. Okay. Alright, I'm kind of happy with this. You know, you can type whatever you want. You can put it in seconds if you even want. Kind of forces you to like think through this a little bit. There's a lot of education material we're gonna have to create for this stuff regardless, but let's move on to the next piece. So we have an onboarder shaman and a check-in shaman. Allows new members to join by sending Quai to the shaman contract. What happens if I check this? Minimum tribute and Quai shares multiplier. Check-in shaman. Alright, let's double check this. On the configure shaman page, let's make sure Values are in shares and Quai and not way. Updating defaults where it makes sense. You can just rebrand. That's what I'm thinking, man. Like, can we just rebrand DAO? Right? It's just like these things are complicated. There's a lot of like there's a lot of lexicon surrounding these things, right? Like how do you launch a DAO? You summon it. Like what are like modules for DAOs? They're in this case they're shamans. Like you kind of want to separate that from vaults. Like a module is something that you attach to a vault. A shaman is something you attach to a DAO. Alright, let's look at this page. Oh, I'm back at the beginning here. Let's test DAO. Test DAO. Description. Test DAO token. TST. DAO token. Test DAO loot token. Test DAO loot token. TST DAO LT. Okay. Looking good. Next. Loot 100. Next. Let's do 1 hour. Let's do 10 minutes. Quorum 40%, 40%. Proposal offering 1 Quai to submit a proposal, 1 share to sponsor a proposal. Next, governance. Onboarder shaman, minimum tribute 10 Quai to onboard. Check-in shaman, 1 day. If you check in, 1 day. Alright. Next, review. Yada yada yada. Summon DAO. Alright. We got an issue. Got an issue. Oh, wrong window. Okay. Just attempted to summon a DAO and ran into this error. Looks like let's verify we're following a verified process captured in // CD QDL contracts CD scripts QDL contracts scripts summon DAO.ts. Alright. Can we bring back clans? uh I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I'm so torn. Like I want this to be cool and fun and inspiring. But I also don't want it to like churn off serious people, but maybe there's a happy medium somewhere and I'm just missing it. That's why I kind of like Lift Lab or the Hangar. Building off of uh, Steph's blimp idea or airships. Dan had the idea of calling it the Foundry. The Foundry is it's a good idea actually. It kind of covers like all the bases. You know, you mine. You can mine at a foundry. You can work on energy money at a foundry. You can build vaults at a foundry. You know, you create the pieces you need for airships. Who knows? If it's called the Foundry, what do DAOs become? I don't know. Quai Foundry? Quai Foundry, where you build frameworks, you build molds. I don't know. I'm this is gonna be a blocker before like I figure it out. I can already tell. Like I'm gonna get all this ready to go and I'm gonna be like, I can't think of a fucking name for this thing. Let me ask let me ask the let's bug the team. What's the issue here? Array length mismatch. You summon the contract specs positions. Member attributes yeah, to be parallel arrays of equal length, but the front end builds them separately, filtered the lists. The loot array is shorter, causing the contract to revert. Yada yada yada. Okay. Alright. Well, we're fixing it. Maybe we'll launch a DAO. Let's check in on the test. Actually, I can watch this test. I can track the time over here. If I go home, I think it's this DAO. 55 minutes ago. So we got like what? 10 minutes till this test passes. I can vote yes, I can vote no, I can cancel the proposal. What? Nice. Not bad, not bad. The thing about DAO is you can say the acronym. True. Very true. It is a selling point. I'll also add, nobody fucking knows what a DAO is. If you say an on-chain organization, people are like, what's that? Tell me more. I can kind of understand that concept. You say DAO, they're like, what's a DAO? You say decentralized autonomous organization? They're like, what fucking planet did you come from, man? Like, you were speaking just straight gibberish to me right now. It is a very like in crowd thing. Test Dow. Test Dow. Description. Let's try this again. Summoning a Dow. Round 2. One share. Let's do 100. Loot. 100 loot. Next. 1 hour. 10 minutes. Quorum. 40. 40. Proposal offering. 1 Quai. Sponsor threshold. Threshold. 1 share. Next. Onboard shaman. Submit 10 Quai to onboard into the DAO. Check in. You get 1 share per check in. Next. Launch! Ah. Is there anything in logs? We'll do this one more time. Test DAO description. Test DAO token. TST. Da 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 da. 100. Loot 100. Next. 1 hour. 10 minutes. 40. 40. 1 Quai. 1 share. Next. Shamans. 10 Quai to join. 1 share per check-in. Nope. Nope. Yeah, I still gotta fix this. Okay. Summoning still fails with a similar error. We're making progress though, guys. Like, I'm just happy we're now working on the front end. It's probably taken us like what, 2, maybe 3 weeks to get here? Probably 3 weeks. I don't know. Time is flying. Time is flying. That indexer, man, that was a long haul. That was a long haul. But if all goes well today, the indexer will be complete. I just need a domain to host it at. What do I call this thing? God! It's gonna drive me fucking insane. The board. You set up orgs. Hmm. Yeah, I have to admit, the Foundry just is growing on me really quickly. We're just Foundry. Quiet Foundry. Yeah, yeah. Create any hierarchy you want. Flat, structure, they could be decentralized, centralized. I mean, effectively, that's what a DAO is. You can build anything you want. I mean, the Moloch DAO framework is relatively simple. You can build so much on top of it. Yeah, not, most DAOs are not decentralized. Truth. They follow they follow democratic patterns. Um, but yeah, they're not decentralized. And honestly, like the most popular DAOs today are like off-chain token voting. Christopher says, I'm a financial steward in the largest city DAO in the world. It's pretty centralized. The caveat is we let anyone who has confidence to have a voice. So it's decentralized in that aspect. Yeah, I'm curious, Christopher. Do you know what framework that DAO uses? Did they roll their own? If somebody asks you what kind of a DAO is it, do you have an answer? Nope. What up, Michele? Welcome to the chat. Glad to have you and everybody else. Let's get you hooked up. Let's go. Oh, heck yeah. Guys, did you see this, by the way? Guys, check this out. Quasdac. I keep thinking of a duck when I read this. Aflac. Quasdac. Quasdac Markets. Prediction markets, guys, coming to Quai Network. What? This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. Heck yeah. Guys, I'm telling y'all, and I say this every day, the builder community over here at Quai Network is pumping right now. It's pumping. What up, Pimping Keck? Pimping Keck says, actually add new NFTs to the contract. What are you talking about? Are you talking about the Dow launcher I'm building? What are you talking about? Anyways, Michele, welcome to the chat. Glad to have you. You know how we do around here. Pimpy Keck, if you have an X account, feel free to drop it. We'll get you hooked up with some Quai as well via kipper.money. So easy to send Quai on X, guys. Like, I don't know of another product like this. I don't know of another blockchain that makes it this freaking simple. Look, I just liked that tweet and I sent Quai to them. Boom, 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 boom. Already hit up Kelly, already hit up them. Yeah, that easy, guys. That easy. We got our contract addresses messed up. Gosh dang, guys. They're like, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 fucking contracts just in the front end. DAOs are not. Did we edit? Yeah, we edited the ENV. Okay, multisend and Quiet Factory is wrong. Okay. The app needs a restart. Restarted the app. Here we go, guys. Refresh. Wallet connected. Test DAO. Test DAO description. Test DAO token. TST DAO T. Test DAO loot token. TST DAO LT. Next. 100 shares. 100 loot. 1 hour. Minimum. Let's do 10 minutes. 40, 40. 1 Quai. 1 sponsor threshold. Next. Onboard shaman. 10 Quai. Check-in shaman. 1 and 1. Next. Cross your fingers. Knock on wood. Summon. Oh, it's working. Sign. Did we just launch a DAO? I think we just launched a DAO, y'all. I think we just launched a DAO. Did the indexer pick it up? Yeah, the indexer picked it up. Okay. The UI did not update. Let's go home. Nice. Nice. Okay. All right. Here we go. We got our DAO. Cool beans. Cool beans. And we have a safe over in Quai Vault. Hmm. So let's go back in here. Let's say, okay, I was able to launch the DAO, but the UI never updated after success. Additionally, I don't believe we're completing the process attaching the DAO to the vault via module. Um, there should either be a vault configuration step and or some information for the end user on how to complete this process. Christopher, you really like the board. Yeah, it's both serious and fun. I'm imagining Ed, and Eddie. You ever watch that cartoon? He's got one of the Eds has a plank. His metaphorical teddy bear. It's a it's a plank. Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. See if I can dig something up. Oh, it's Johnny, Ed, Ed, and Eddie, Johnny with the plank. With plank. Plank! Oh man, I'm in the zone. We totally lost track of the music here. Let's see if I can find this. Here we go. Let's go with this one.
Plank says Kevin has lots of sawdust.
Kevin's got sawdust? Remind me to thank you. Later.
Plank says to build an invisible trap. Plank says he's almost got it. How long have we been adrift, Johnny? Plank says beats me. What's that?
Oh, plank. Gotta love plank. Want to start an Oregon Quai? Go to the board. Go to the board. Let's see here. It's got to ring and be fun, serious, and cool all at the same time. Yeah, it's a tall order. It's a tall order. The board. Quai board. I don't know, man. Like when I think of a board, I think of like an organization. Like it's already an organization. It's not a place where you create organizations. Restream hates you. Yeah. We're working on a tricky part of the DAO launcher right now, guys. So, like, one thing to keep in mind is what we're doing is we're launching a DAO and a Quai vault at the exact same time. Now, the vault has its own protocol. It's got its own owners. It's got its own like approval process, um, separate than the DAO. Okay, but what you need to do is you need to connect those two protocols together so the DAO can effectively govern what happens with the vault. Okay, but because the vault is a hyper secure multisig, you need to effectively attach the DAO to the vault as a module that has permissions. Okay, so there's effectively multiple transactions that need to happen. You need to send one transaction that launches the DAO. That DAO launching transaction will also launch a Quai vault with its own configuration. Okay, so you could effectively have the DAO launch a vault with separate owners and threshold configuration unique to the vault that has absolutely nothing to do with the owners of the DAO. But then you still need to connect them, right? So even in the simplest scenario, say you have a DAO with one member, right? And when you launch that DAO, it launches a vault with one owner, right? And to keep it really simple, the same member of that DAO is the person who launched that DAO and is also the sole owner of that vault. Okay? You still need to connect those two, right? So there's going to be a proposal to the vault to connect this DAO. That proposal then needs to be approved by the vault owner and then executed by that vault owner before the DAO is fully connected to that vault. And that is the simplest scenario, right? You could have the person launching the DAO not be a member of the DAO and also not be an owner of the vault. You could launch a DAO with members A, B, and C that launches a vault with members D, E, and F, right? So this is a potentially very complicated situation that we have to walk the user through and test end to end. So let's look at the plan that Claude cooked up for us. After successful summoning a vault, two problems exist. UI never updates. The summon DAO button shows summoning forever. Fires a summon but never awaits the results, so there's no success state, no deployed address is shown, and no navigation. Vault module not attached. The ball and vault summoner deploys both the ball DAO and the Quai vault, but the ball contract must be enabled as a module on the vault before DAO proposals can execute treasury actions. The contract deployment script handles this as steps 4 and 5, but the front end skips it entirely without enable module ball. the DAO is not functional. Part 1. Fix post summon result flow, yada yada yada. Part 2. Enable Vault module. Problem. After deploying Vault, Vault owners must call proposed transaction, enable, approve, and execute to attach Ball as a module. Without this, Ball cannot execute proposals through the Vault. Files to create. Approach. Uses Ball service, requires signer to get connected. Wallet. Create contract. Check if already enabled. Skip if yes. Step 2, propose transaction. Yada yada yada. Step 3, parse transaction proposed. Step 4, approve and execute. Works when threshold equals 1. Current default. Returns enable vault ball yada yada yada. Step tracking for UI feedback. Checking, proposing, approving, done. For multi-sig vaults where threshold greater than 1, after proposing, show instructions directing owners to the Quai Vault app to approve the pending transaction. This is a future consideration since threshold is currently hard-coded to 1. Part 3, post-summon UI in review step. After summon result is set, replace the review cards with post-summon completion view, success banner, module enablement section, auto trigger enable module on mount when summon result arrives, show step progress. On success, green check mark, vault module enabled, your DAO is fully operational. On error, show error message with retry button. View DAO button, navigate, disabled until module is enabled. Informational text, brief explanation. The vault module allows your DAO's governance proposals to execute treasury transactions. Okay, so this is again that basic simple use case that I described below, that I described previously. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's implement this plan. Let's do it. Let's do it. Meanwhile, let's check in on our tests. Nice. Nice. All the tests on the index are passing right now, so that's good. That's good. Back to work. Back to work. We are on test 9 of 13 on the indexer. Indexer is just about ready to go into prod, guys. I'm super excited for that. Super excited for that. Yeah, we got a lot of contract APIs in here. Whew. A lot of contract APIs in here. Cool beans. What I am curious about, actually, let's take a look at this DAO we just summoned. Yeah. So one additional thing we'll want to add is token information, right? So this is a token. This is a token. If I go to the treasury, we see transfers are enabled on both of these tokens, which means members, right? So like if I own 100 shares, I could send those 100 shares to somebody else, right? Um, Same thing with loot. So we probably want to default this to transfers disabled. So any and all transfers, frankly, are governed by the DAO. And here you can see the contract address is. Token, unnamed token. See, this is also wrong. We gave this token a name. So we want to make sure that that's working properly. Because these are effectively ERC20s at the end of the day. But making progress, guys. Making progress. I like it. I like it. All done already? Files created, files modified. Boom, boom, boom. Pre-summon, post-summon. Oh my gosh. Alright. You guys want to summon another DAO? Let's summon another DAO. Test DAO, test DAO description. Test DAO token, symbol, name, loot, next. 100, 100, next. 1 hour, 10 minutes, 40, 40, 1 and 1, next. Onboard 10, check in, sure. All right, let's summon a DAO. Let's go. Deploying DAO. Do 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 do. Pending. Boom. Cool. Vault module setup. It's already prompted me to sign another transaction. Propose enable module. DAO ball. Treasury vault. Enabling module. Approve and execute. Sign. This should be 2 transactions. I believe that should be 2 transactions. View DAO. DAO not found. DAO not found. DAO not found. The indexer sees 0x006f. What are we looking at here? Yeah, that's correct. Okay, summoning was successful, but when browsing to the DAO page, the UI reports DAO not found. Confirmed DAO was picked up by the by the indexer. Perhaps we need the lower case version of the address. Okay, cool. So, yeah, that seems to be the issue. I'm going to copy the lowercase version of this contract address here. Copy. And we should see it here. Yep. Boom, boom. Now if I go, yeah, this is the uppercase version. That works. And then the lowercase version also works. Rock and roll. All right. Fix that problem. I want to investigate this approve and execute. Let's understand the approve and execute step of attaching the DAO to the vault. Can we really approve and execute in a single transaction against Quai Vault? Cool. Let me update the hook to using code function data instead of manual selector construction. It's safer and matches the docs pattern. Cool. Rock and roll, guys. Heck yeah. Well, that makes things. So we have the basic use case down. Okay, the basic use case is the summoner becomes the owner of the Quai Vault and is the one approving and attaching the vault to the DAO. We should make it clear during the DAO summoning process where it makes sense that the summoner is effectively the first and only owner of a 1-1 vault, and will need to take additional steps post summon to secure the vault further. Or we can enable a vault configuration step in the summon DAO process and fall back to directing the user to complete the DAO vault connection over at Quai Vault. Now, keep in mind, in order for the OR case to actually function, we'll need to update Quai Vault to recognize the DAO as a module, index it appropriately, those proposal events, and allow the user to approve and execute those transactions. Oh, so actually, the way it built itself is the vault owners are the DAO members. So all DAO members initially become vault owners. Yeah, we need to add the vault config step. All right. More complications. More complications. Sheesh, guys. Sheesh, guys. This is gonna require like a solid effort in building out and a DAO education platform. 100%. If we want our users to be successful here. All right, it's writing a plan. It's writing a plan. All right, no, keep planning. Audit the plan. Always audit, guys. Audit the plan. Auto populate. We also do need address format validation. That's going to be necessary. Yeah, we need address validation on all steps. Yeah, we also need address validation both in member configuration and Quai Vault owner configuration steps. All right, fire away, guys. We're gonna rock it. We're gonna rock it. Okay, we'll probably have to switch subjects here in a second. Check back in on the interesting. Okay. The indexer still freaking chugging along, guys. Love it. Love to see it. Well, we need a name, y'all. We need a name. Let me know if you come up with one. Open to all suggestions at this point in time. Not really sure what our preference is at this moment, but yeah, I mean, I guess I'm leaning towards Foundry. Definitely leaning towards Foundry right now. Quai Foundry. That's a good one, Dan. I like it. I like it. Let's uh let's let this thing cook. We'll wrap up here, guys. It's been great. It's been freaking a jam. Absolutely love y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate you guys. As always, guys, retweet these spaces. Be sure to join in the chat. Earn some Quai just for saying hi. Help us reach 1,100 followers. We'll be giving away some Quai branded Tangem hardware wallets once we reach 1,100 followers. If you're wondering what those look like, I showed them earlier, but here you go again. Quai.tangem.com. Limited edition, completely sold out, never to be manufactured ever again. They're absolutely gorgeous. Best way to secure your funds on Quai Network, pending the mainnet launch of Quai Vault with a Quai Tangem hardware wallet as an owner. That being said, we got a group of them. There's no other way to get your hands on them, so be sure you follow the account, spread the word. Let's bring some more people in here, get more folks loaded up with some Quai via Kipper Money. We'll be back tomorrow in Discord and on X with Dr. K doing a tech AMA. Those are always a blast. Hope to see you there. And yeah, gearing up for the future. A lot of launches happening real soon. Keep your eyes peeled for more updates from partnerships and products. Ambassadors are jamming on a net new product right now. I'm going to go check in with them and see how that's going. But you know the deal, folks. Come by, say hi, earn some Quai with Kipper Money. Check the QR code if you haven't signed up. If you're verified on X, you get some free Quai just for signing up. So make sure you check that out. You can get your hands on even more Quai over at Mexi, Gate.io, LBank, and Kraken is right around the corner, folks. So you're still early over here at Quai Network. You can swap those useless tokens for more useful ones at SwapSpace, Let's Exchange, and now Change Hero, probably the biggest swap in the industry. That'll let you swap directly in your Tangem app as well. So great way to swap into Quai. There are plenty of useless tokens you can swap over to Quai now over on Base. So check the docs, y'all. Thanks to our partners over at Symbiosis. Quai network has been bridged to Base. That also brings USDT onto Quai. The community is absolutely cooking, folks. So tons of opportunities open up for anybody and everybody in this space. Again, make sure you double check that contract address over on Base. There's a list of dexes that I have personally tested over here in docs under use Quai as well. But get prepared, folks. Folks, more to come. Yeah, make sure you follow all the accounts. Shit just doesn't stop over here. We're cooking nonstop 24/7, 365. So we'll be back again tomorrow. Hope you guys had a good evening. Dan, Irit, Bad Tie, Denvium, AIOB, all you guys. Have a great one. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.